Today's video is sponsored by Into the AM, a great place to get comfortable graphic t-shirts like this. One of the reasons I continue to take them as a sponsor is because they make really good quality products that I am happy to endorse. They have a constantly growing catalog of graphic tees with really bright, vibrant graphics on them, and the material is soft and comfortable, and they don't shrink in the dryer, which is a big bonus for me. They also have plain and basic tees for your daily wardrobe. They got long sleeves, sweatpants, hoodies, and their hoodies are some of the best you'll ever get or wear. So if you want to spiff up your wardrobe, or you want to buy some gifts for maybe a significant other to spiff up their wardrobe, check out Into the AM using my link in the description, and you will get 10% off your entire order. Hello there, welcome back to Black Magic Craft. A couple of videos ago, I mentioned making these magnetic carrying cases. I recorded the process of building these in order to put that in that video. However, I accidentally deleted it, so it never made it. And a lot of people asked if I could show how I made them. Well, this past weekend, we did another Idols of Torment gaming event where we demoed the game at a local game store called Game Night. It went really well. We had a bunch of people playing games on multiple tables. People actually had to double up for some of the games in order to get a spot, and it was a great time. To facilitate a second table running another game at the same time, I had to prepare another set of idols for a player, a full order. This also meant that I needed to make a new travel case since I had no more room left in the two that I had already made, giving me the opportunity to actually film a bit of the process so I can show you how I made these great magnetic travel cases. Now, obviously, these are magnetic. The minis have magnets on the bottom so that they can stick to these metallic baking trays, making them really secure for transport. I'm not gonna go too into depth on magnetizing the bases. And my friend Brent at Goobertown Hobbies has already made a video where he deep dived into this process. So I'm gonna link to that in the video description, and you can check that out. I'll also link to the magnets that I purchased on Amazon and used, which turned out to be a pretty great size. I took a large baking sheet, laid down a piece of parchment paper, and placed my magnets. Then I just took some hot glue, globbed it on each magnet, and pressed my models into place. With sanded bases, the hot glue stuck more than adequately. In the past, I've never bothered to magnetize my bases just for painting, but I gotta say, having them be magnetic and be able to place them on a big sheet to move them around and prime them and paint them in bulk is great. I am fully converted and think it is absolutely worth the effort. But of course, the best reason is so that you can have some transport cases. These models are very delicate and I didn't want to put them in foam. So something like this where they could stand freely and not move around or bump into things or get crushed is ideal. And these are very easy to make. You need some sort of case. I just went to Dollarama and got these cases. What you want to look for are ones where the lid actually clips in so that you know they're really secure, because you are likely going to be transporting these and using them upside down like this. So having a case with a clipped lid is so much safer than one that just snaps on. The ones that I've chosen are quite tall, and that's because some of the models from Idols are quite tall. If you don't need that much height, there definitely are shorter cases that you could use. However, you have to ensure that you can find baking sheets or some sort of metallic tray that are the right size to fit inside one of them. It has to be slightly smaller than the case's lid. And this is the most challenging part. Thankfully, I did find this combination of small baking trays and cases that worked perfectly. Both of them are from Dollarama. You might think, hey, why not just go to the thrift store and buy some baking trays there? And that might work for you, but you're gonna have a hard time finding standard sizes to get a bunch of, and you might not be able to return to get more in the future. Like, what the hell, $8 for a baking sheet? That's ridiculous. You're also gonna need some small panhead screws with nuts. To ensure these trays are really well bonded to the lids, you wanna drill 4 holes on the tray, and then also drill those same corresponding holes into the lid. I would advise against drilling them both at the same time, as it's harder to control your pressure and you might end up cracking the plastic lid, which is what I did on the first one I made. So I found it better to drill the tray and then mark the lid and then drill that. Then you just gotta take your screws, put them through the holes and tighten down the nuts. This will make sure that the tray is mechanically fastened to the lid, meaning it absolutely can't fall off. The lid is flexible, but the tray is not. So for one added security measure to prevent things from flopping around or popping or twisting, I just used some caulking, whatever I had on hand, be it silicone, acrylic, it doesn't matter, to seal around the edge of the tray to the plastic. And this will just keep everything nice and stiff. Very, very simple, but super effective. The minis are very secure. These are stackable, which is nice. You can fit a bunch of them into a larger tote and transport them that way. If they're in a vehicle bumping around, they're not gonna slide, they're not gonna jostle and bump into each other and break. This is a very easy, cheap, and effective way to transport minis, especially delicate ones. Me and JP, the co-writer of Idols of Torment, are going to be driving down to Chicago for Adepticon in a couple weeks. And this is how I'm gonna be taking the minis so that we can play some games there with friends and viewers alike. And I'm not worried about them making that trip. They may not look pretty, but they work really well. So that's it, that's all you need to make your own. I hope you enjoyed this and found it helpful. If you did, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section below. If you have your own methods of doing this or some other great ideas for transporting minis in your kind of do-it-yourself cases, please put those in the comments below, because obviously there's more than one way to skin a cat, but you shouldn't skin cats because cats are the best. Never hurt a cat or I will hurt you. If you want to pick up some tools or supplies for your own hobby needs and support the channel in the process, you can do your hobby shopping on blackmagiccraft.ca. There I have an essential equipment page where I list all the stuff I use regularly, and those are Amazon affiliate links, so shopping through them gives the channel a small commission that helps fund these videos. If you'd like to support the channel and the work I do, there's two other amazing ways you can do it. One is by checking out and buying the game that I developed, Idols of Torment. You can do that at idolsoftorment.com, or you can join the Blackmagic Craft Patreon. That support goes a really long way to helping me do what I do and making sure I can keep doing it. That's it, that's all. Thanks for watching. I will see you again next time. Cheers.